Prepare for body imaging and exploration.
Click directly on the body to begin exploring. To move the body to a new position, click on the Rotate Body icon. Use the arrow keys or move the mouse to rotate the body. Click the mouse or hit any key to get a cursor. Divisions of the brain. The surface of the cerebral hemispheres is folded into deep fissures, sulci, and bumps, gyri, which triple the total surface area. Brain regions.
Most brain functions have been found to be controlled by very specific regions of the brain. Voluntary movements are controlled by a part of the frontal lobes, the precentral gyrus. Sensation is processed by an adjacent part of the brain in the parietal lobes, the postcentral gyrus. Interestingly, the nerve pathways for both movement and sensation cross the midline. This causes the right side of the brain to control the left side of the body, and the left side of the brain to control the right side of the body. Most people have a dominant left brain. Precentral gyrus.
The human brain. The largest and most developed part of the human brain is the cerebrum. The two massive cerebral hemispheres account for more than 70% of the weight of the entire brain. The photograph of a human brain shown above is dominated by the cerebrum with its many deep folds. Also seen in the photograph are the cerebellum, located at the back of the brain, and the brain stem. The brain and the spinal cord together form the central nervous system. The central nervous system is the control center for the body. It gathers information about the environment and the body from the peripheral nervous system and then initiates appropriate actions. The brain and spinal cord are surrounded by three membranes, meninges. The two outermost membranes, the dura and the arachnoid, are separated from the inner membrane, the pia, by a space filled with fluid. This fluid is called cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. The brain makes about 500 milliliters, 1 pint of CSF each day. The CSF bathes the brain and acts as a cushion for the brain during movement of the head. Lumbar puncture is a safe and common test done to examine the CSF. This test is done by placing a needle into the spinal canal, low in the back, below the end of the spinal cord. CSF can then be withdrawn from the spinal canal. CSF is normally a clear fluid, but it may become cloudy when there is an infection of the meninges. Emerging from the brainstem are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. The cranial nerves are responsible for all of the functions of the head. These include such things as smell, cranial nerve 1, vision, cranial nerve 2, eye movements, cranial nerves 3, 4, and 6, facial sensation, cranial nerve 5, facial expressions, cranial nerve 7, hearing and balance, cranial nerve 8, taste, cranial nerve 9, and tongue movements, cranial nerve 12. Cranial nerves 10 and 11 are atypical. The 10th cranial nerve leaves the head and travels downward to all the major organs of the body, where it influences their activity. Because of its wandering course, it is called the vagus nerve. The 11th cranial nerve also leaves the head, but it only travels as far as the neck, where it helps direct neck movements. The skull has many little holes in its base, which allow all the cranial nerves to travel to their destinations.
Let's play Body Recall.
Click on one of the 12 tiles to see what lies underneath it. Remember what you see. Concentration is the key. The object of the game is to match each picture with its name or with its function.
Heart.